Good evening, welcome to Parkhead here in the heart of Glasgow. We've got the big UEFA Cup game, Celtic Liverpool in the first round. Some people have said it's the Battle of Britain. One thing we can tell you today is we have the match exclusively for you, uninterrupted and live. And with us here to give us their entire views for the game is Trevor and Trevor. And when we talk about this game, chaps, I really want to get your views. It's a fantastic atmosphere, it may be, but you feel Liverpool are favourites, aren't you? Yeah, you'd probably say so, perhaps at the moment. I think Liverpool maybe have the advantage. I think for the trick for Liverpool this evening is they've got to be able to go ahead and keep the fans quiet. It's going to be a really intimidated atmosphere. The last thing I think for Roy Evans' team will want is for them to concede early. I think that can only buoy up Celtic. And Celtic here trying to stop 10 in a row in the Scottish Football League, but at the same time here tonight, it's a big test for this side. I think so, but I sometimes think European nights are built for this. Celtic's point of view is if they are going to progress here, they've got to have a good enough result tonight to take to Anfield. I think that'll be a completely different occasion. But I think Liverpool's score here today, even if they get beat, I do think it's all over. Let's go ahead and take you down to the tunnel. The teams are getting ready to come out. Let's join your commentary team for this one. It's Trevor Pleat and Trev Motson.
Welcome to an electric paradise. Two famous British clubs who once conquered all of Europe lock horns in the UEFA Cup. It's Celtic versus Liverpool. I'm pleased to be joined in the commentary box by Trevor Pleat this evening. Trevor, you must be looking forward to this one.
Yeah, very much so. I think this could be a fantastic game between two sides that know attacking football, definitely have got good European pedigree. I think we could be in for a real classic game today, but I also think it will be a tough test for Liverpool in this atmosphere.
Yes, there's a full house this evening, the hottest ticket in Glasgow. Celtic manager Wim Jansen has chosen an unchanged lineup following last weekend's 3-2 win at Motherwell. Summer signing Craig Burley scored twice in that victory, and keep an eye out for Swedish forward Henrik Larsson. Karl-Heinz Riedler won the Champions League as a Borussia Dortmund player with Paul Lambert in May. Today, they are on opposite teams. Teenager Michael Owen starts alongside Riedler. As a starter, Celtic scored 15 goals in their two UEFA Cup qualifying rounds, but tonight's main course will be a much tougher test. It'll be Celtic to get the match underway. Celtic with the early possession, the famous green and white hoops, playing the ball around. Anticipation for this one is really at fever pitch. And this is Reggie Blinker on the left-hand side early on for the home team. Good defending though by Liverpool, and Michael Thomas can come away with possession. A surprise start for this man at left-back, Dominic Matteo. No start for Stiging Ubuanabi, who has had a brilliant start to the campaign. This is McManaman, now Ince. And the move breaks down. Blinker. Joined from Sheffield Wednesday, Paolo Di Canio going the other way, of course, and this is Simon Donnelly. And he's played it through to Larsson. Oh, a sniff for the summer acquisition from Feyenoord. Good defending by Liverpool though.
I think we seem to be settling into a bit of a pattern with both teams at the moment. Quite happy to pass the ball. There doesn't seem to be any panic, lots of composure. It's setting the grounds here for a good game, but it does really feel like both sides are just feeling each other out.
Riedler! That was close. Talking of composure, Liverpool moved the ball around with ease there. So comfortable on the ball. Riedler back to goal, turned his man, and was very close to finding the back of the net. Jonathan Gould at full stretch.
Yeah, it was lovely football there, I think, with Liverpool. I think Riedler, if you see him, he's got good strength to hold off the defender. when he does get the strike away, because he's trying to get power rather than placement, he just catches it, slices through it and takes it away, which is unlucky, but it definitely showing some promise with Liverpool.
Celtic looking for some promise of their own, and McNamara has found Henrik Larsson, and Celtic take the lead. Henrik Larsson for the Scots. What a start!
Oh, wonderful ball this by McNamara. It's just great play to come in and surprise everyone with his left foot. But you have to say the control here by Henrik Larsson is outstanding. The way he is able to bring this ball down and find the finish. And I have to say, I didn't think that David James could be beaten in the way he was, but he was here. Wonderful control that is, and it just catches him with power and placement. It's a quality finish.
Larsson getting in between Wright and Babb. As you say, Trevor, a lovely first touch. And what a strike beyond James. Celtic are 1-0 ahead at Parkhead.
Perhaps a little bit of moment in quality of finishing, isn't it? Just the fact that there was a better finish there from Larsson than we saw from Riedler, really. But it's European games, it's such tight margins.
It is absolutely bouncing in the stands. A start that even the most ardent Celtic fan couldn't have dreamed of. Henrik Larsson on the score sheet inside the opening 9 minutes. What do Liverpool have in response? This is Paul Ince. Owen. He's got support either side of him. And he's brought down on the edge of the box. McManaman takes it quickly, and perhaps it would have been wiser to just wait and eye up a shooting opportunity. Weghorst into Lambert. Burley spreads the play, and this is McNamara who set up that Larsson goal with a lovely pass, and those two again exchanging possession, but McNamara is dispossessed this time. It's Michael Thomas. Ince. McManaman. Now Rob Jones. So many stars on show this evening, but it's Larsson shining the brightest in the early stages. Dominic Matteo, now Thomas. You'd expect Liverpool to have a lot of the ball now. Celtic soaking it up well though. McManaman scoops it towards Ince, headed away.
I think if Liverpool want to have more possession, it could ultimately suit Celtic here on the counter-attack. Great play between Lambert and Burley. We know what the quality they've got in midfield, and Donnelly looks really lively there with Larsson. So I think if Liverpool are going to keep the ball, they've got to make sure they keep it, but it's always that fine balance between keeping it and doing nothing with it, or taking a chance. So it really is set up finely balanced, this game.
It was a busy summer in the transfer market for Celtic. Huge overhaul of personnel, but it seems to be paying dividends so far. They lost their opening 2 league matches of the season, but since then it's been a 100% record for Wim Janssen's side. And they've started so well this evening. This is McManaman though for the visitors. Finds Matteo in plenty of room, and now Riedler back to Matteo. Thomas for Liverpool. Easily hounded out, and Larsson had an opportunity to get away, but a good tackle by Phil Babb, and Liverpool once again move towards the Celtic goal. Yet to trouble Jonathan Gould though. Riedler's shot wide of the post, the only effort from the visiting team, and that has gone out of play for a goal kick.
I think one of the things that Liverpool are struggling with is they seem to be slightly too narrow. They've got to be able to try and get a bit wider, get a bit more width into the game. I think Rob Jones and Dominic Matteo are sitting too far deep, and that's really hurting Liverpool at the moment. They've really got to bring those two players further forward, like Celtic are doing here with Blinker.
An exciting player, Reggie Blinker, and he's fouled there, the Dutchman. Loves to move forward. Just caught by McManaman, and a set piece for Celtic to be taken by Tosh McKinley. Larson beaten in the air. Now this is Michael Owen, a young striker with a highly promising career ahead of him. Matteo. Gets the ball back from Thomas. He decides to play it back. McManaman. This looks promising for Liverpool. But again it breaks down. And there are signs of frustration from Roy Evans' team. Evans himself is barking orders on the touchline. He is not happy with what he is seeing so far. That's comfortable for that.
I think one of the things that Liverpool have got to try and do is push themselves further up the pitch. I think they're also sitting a little bit deeper. I know they're the away side, and that's sometimes what you take in the big European games. They can push forward. I think they can try and cause Celtic some problems.
They are pushing forward here. Matteo. Has he got a delivery here? Wants to get it on that left foot of his. It's up against Jackie McNamara. Plays it in with his weaker right foot. Headed away. Thomas picks it up for Liverpool. Paul Lindsay's seen it all, hasn't he? Gets the ball back from Riedler. Now Rob Jones. Celtic defending so well though. There's no way past those two banks. And again, Liverpool are forced to try a pass that really wasn't on.
Yeah, and I think that's the case. It's keeping the possession, moving it to side. They're trying to play a ball inside, and as the way to unlock, whether that's the tactical play. Celtic just seem to have it lined up, or Liverpool haven't quite found the quality to do so, and that seems to be the play at the moment.
Early up towards Larson. Ball will fall to the Italian Annoni. Now McNamara. Towards Blinker. Weghorst. Shot was blocked. Comes out to Lambert. Larson back to goal. Oh, gets his shot away! And what a shot it was! Henrik Larsson scores again. Celtic are 2-0 ahead, and that was brilliant.
What an excellent bit of play here by Henrik Larsson. It's wonderful control. When the ball comes back in, it's poor defending, we have to say, in the clearance. But look at this. His first touch, he's able to find half a yard. I think Mark Wright should be a lot closer to him. Shouldn't allow any youngsters to watching how to defend. Don't do what Mark Wright does here. Don't let your striker turn. And when he does, he finds half a yard. I'm not too sure about David James's positioning, but there's nothing you can do about that hit. It was class.
He has really announced his arrival as a Celtic player. 2 goals in the opening half against Liverpool, and Celtic are in dreamland here in paradise. This is Riedler to try and dampen what is an electric atmosphere. Weghorst. Now Blinker. Goodness me, I don't think anyone saw this coming.
Maybe apart from Celtic.
Thank you, Trevor. And this is Donnelly. They're looking for a third here. Liverpool just don't look calm at the back. And for all their possession, they haven't really offered anything. The English side. This is Thomas though. Again, Liverpool lose possession, and this is Larsson on a hat-trick. Lays the ball back to Weghorst. Now McNamara. It's a good ball into Larsson. This time Wright does get across. And snuffs out the opportunity.
I think one thing that we need to understand about the game at the moment is Michael Owen has been marked out of it. Celtic have not allowed him to have a sniff all game at the moment.
But he might have a sniff here. Well, right on cue, Trevor. Owen snuffed out, and he looked a disconsolate figure out there. His head bowed. As great as his starts in senior football has been, there are going to be evenings like this. It's all about his reaction. McNamara. Weghorst. Henrik Larsson for Celtic. Deflects and loops into the grateful arms of David James. But what a half this has been for Celtic. Plenty to dissect in the studio. We will head up to the Trevors now. But Henrik Larsson's double has Celtic 2-0 ahead against Liverpool.
Oh, what a fantastic half of football for Celtic. 2-0 up here and doing brilliantly at the moment. Trevor, we've got to go to yourself first. What a performance that was, wasn't it? It was spectacular from Celtic, I think. I think one of the things I noticed in the game is certainly at the moment that it didn't have the perhaps blood and thunder that we were expecting or potentially were anticipating with a league game like this. But the one thing that you certainly saw from it was a good quality from Celtic when they had the ball in attacking positions, particularly from the wide men. And they've had no answer for Henrik Larsson. Well, Liverpool have had the best moments, but strictly speaking, it's been all Celtic, and Larsson looks a fantastic player. He does. I really like the way that he's got good control, good strength. Back to goal, he's able to find half a yard on Mark Wright and score the second that was excellent. The first one, where he takes one touch to control it, rifles it right past James. It's just some fantastic football all round. Well, class football has to be said from Celtic, but chaps, we've got to be honest, it's been poor from Liverpool, hasn't it? They've had one little moment, but other than that, no, I don't think they've been good at it, good enough. I think perhaps they're sort of not quite fully at the races at the moment, but I'm with you, I'm disappointed at the moment with what I've seen. And Trevor, we talk about what we've seen around these two sides at the moment. What have Liverpool got to do differently in the second half? I think potentially they've got to try and push further up the pitch. I know it was picked up on commentary, but I think Liverpool are sitting too far deep. They've got to get their wide players, their wing backs, to push further forward, and they've got to be brave, and you've got to be prepared that you might be caught on the break. But there are 3 at the back there for Liverpool. 5 here at 2 down seems stupid for me. I really feel they should push forward. Well, the noise is certainly building up. The players are making their way out, so let's go ahead and join Trevor Pleat and Trev Motson for the second half.
Thank you, Trevor. What do Liverpool have in response to a quite remarkable first half? Henrik Larsson. What a snip he is at 750 grand from Feyenoord. He's already repaid that. But here's Michael Thomas for Liverpool. Matteo. Starting on the front foot. The visitors. Ince. Well, he's worth a shot. Albeit off target in the end from Paul Ince. But perhaps a sign of intent from the Premiership side. That's much better from Liverpool, hounding out McNamara and winning back possession. Much better, Trevor.
Yeah, pushing further up the pitch. Liverpool know they need to do that. They need to put these Celtic players under a bit more pressure. I felt in that first half they sat back far too much. They've really got to take the game to them, and it's a good sign of intent, but you feel with Liverpool they should be matching the quality to the pressure. They're just not providing the quality at the moment.
This is McManaman. We know what quality he's got on the ball. He gives the ball away. Now Larson. Blinker with the ball up towards the Swede. Weghorst picks up the scraps. And this is Craig Burley for Celtic! Oh, we really should have done better. What an opportunity that was to make it 3-0.
Well, it's Liverpool not dealing again with a simple ball that should have been dealt with. It put in the fact that suddenly Kramer was completely out of position. When it come back to the captain Burley, it's on his weaker foot, and I think that's probably the problem really in the end. But overall, that's just more dangers that Liverpool have got to try and snuff out. But it's good play from Celtic. We have to praise and acknowledge that. They've been excellent today, and that's another good example of the good football they've played.
Burley scored 2 wonderful goals at the weekend. He'll be kicking himself with that one. Gould clutches that delivery. Gets the ball forwards towards Morten Weghorst, who climbs well, but can only head it towards Rob Jones. Well, there are 4,500 Liverpool fans at Celtic Park this evening. They have been extremely quiet. The majority of this crowd have been highly entertained. But it could be a long second half as Liverpool look to mount another attack. Ince was fouled there. Looked a little bit soft, but a free kick nonetheless.
Yeah, I think that's a soft free kick, but I think you get them in Europe. I think that's the difference. I'm not sure you'd get that in the Premiership or in the up here in Scotland.
It'll be Ince himself to swing the ball in. Rob Jones on the edge of the box. Can't get his shot away, but he was fouled. And Ince takes it quickly. That's the second time Liverpool have opted to take a quick free kick, and the second time play is broken down. Just a little bit more composure, and surely they would have had a couple of additional shots. This is it. Oh, it nearly fell to Riedler. Celtic a little bit lucky there. And they're bouncing in that corner. And they'll be bouncing all the way to the bars in Glasgow this evening if the scoreline remains the same.
I have to say, if the Burley effort goes in, I do think it's all over. But let's not forget that Liverpool once again have come back from 2 goals down in aggregate in the UEFA Cup just a few years ago. So they'll know it's possible. Celtic will know perhaps if they can take a 3-goal lead, they might stop any of that from being a possibility.
It could be a completely different proposition at Anfield, that Liverpool really do have to give themselves a chance on home soil. As you say, Trevor, a 3rd goal would feel like a very tall mountain to climb. This is McManaman looking to change the script for the away team. Now Matteo. Plays it into that man, Steve McManaman again. Ince playing a little bit more forwards in this second half. Matteo. Back to Thomas. There's got to be something on the end of these pieces of play from Liverpool, and again, there isn't. And this is Larson. Burley. And now Blinker. Dealing so well with these attacks of Celtic. And they're fashioning one of their own here. Predominantly not quite getting beyond the Liverpool defence.
think some of Liverpool's decision making has let them down here today, and some key moments where you're hoping they can lay a correct pass in, they've laid the wrong one, and it just shows the difference really. Celtic have found the right passes.
This is Riedler. Has he found the right pass there to Owen? Well, it's a shot on target, which is something to be applauded by the Liverpool fans. First bit of play between Riedler and Owen that we've seen all evening. And Gould was tested. Jones coming forward now for Liverpool. Inside to McManaman. Play on, says the referee. Thomas. Excellent play again by Celtic. And Henrik Larsson's away, is he? No. The linesman's flag stops him in his tracks. But that was a matter of inches away from Larsson being one-on-one with David James.
Yeah, it looked tight from here when I saw that. You sometimes hope that the benefit of the doubt does go to the attacking side, but I think he probably was just a couple of inches or a foot or so offside.
Ince. Thomas. Riedler. Back to goal. Gets his shot away. Gould again is there to clutch the ball. But Liverpool are beginning to get up a little bit of steam. Can Celtic keep them out? Ince. Spreads the play to Matteo. Just not really worked for Dominic Matteo this evening. Big call by Roy Evans to start him at left back. And you have to say, so far, it hasn't really worked.
I'd agree with you. I don't think he's had a particularly good game at all. He's not got forward enough, not got to the width. His crossing has not been great. And I'd be surprised if he plays the second leg.
Matteo again dispossessed by Lambert, who has been exceptional this evening. Winning every tackle, Paul Lambert. With Liverpool again with the ball. McManaman. Ince. Just breaks down again for Liverpool. Getting a little bit scrappy. Riedler. The World Cup winner. What can he sprinkle on Liverpool's performance? Not much there. And this is Larsson. Weghorst to McNamara. Larsson will pick this one up, but a poor turn. 10 minutes left on the clock. What should Liverpool be looking to do, Trevor?
Well, I think they've probably got to try and think about maybe, rather than this intricate play, maybe think about taking a few chances, maybe going route one, maybe going ahead and just having some pops from distance maybe.
Well, Riedler had an opportunity to have a go there. He opted not to. And Celtic gleefully picked up possession. Riedler again. He's got no support there. And Celtic take back possession. McNamara, who set up that opening goal with such a lovely pass. That's loose from Manoni. Bam. Owen. Such a quiet evening from the teenager Michael Owen, who we were so excited to watch here this evening.
I think he's got a bit of a European lesson tonight from Celtic. They've certainly keep him quiet, but he's a young lad. He should learn from this. He should learn how you've got to play these big European games. But yeah, he's been marked out of it, hasn't he?
Ince gives the ball away, and this is Craig Burley. Weghorst. Larson looking to spin in behind, but Wright is there to head the ball away. McNamara fails to take control of it. Well, with 3 minutes left, Roy Evans finally makes a change. It's Øyvind Leonardsen on for Steve McManaman. Doesn't really give the Norwegian much opportunity to make an impression. Matteo. And Liverpool playing the ball around in their defensive half, when really they need to get the ball forwards. There's a big second leg coming up, and at the moment it'll be Celtic with a 2-goal advantage in it. Thomas, Leonardsen looking to change that, the substitute. His fresh legs hold off a couple of players, and he lays the ball back to Thomas. This is Bab as we enter time added on by the referee. Leonardsen to Matteo. Gets the ball in, and Celtic do clear the ball. It looked promising, that, for Liverpool. There haven't been many promising moments for them.
First time really Liverpool have got in behind and crossed and created a chance, but it's come far too late.
It has come far too late, because Henrik Larsson's 2 goals have given Celtic a 2-goal advantage in this UEFA Cup first round, first leg. It's been a superb performance by Celtic, notably from the Swede Larsson. It's finished at Celtic Park. Celtic 2, Liverpool 0. Over to the studio and you, Trevor.
Full time here in Parkhead. It's a fantastic win at the moment for Celtic, 2-0. The question is 2-0 a good enough lead for them to take to Anfield in a couple of weeks' time? You think so? You think so? If Liverpool play like this, you wonder though if Liverpool learn their lessons. Can Celtic be worried? I think European games, sometimes early goals change that. Liverpool score early at Anfield, maybe it's a different game. Celtic can get to half-time goalless, maybe Celtic might be feeling safe. I think one of the things we can take from today is we do know that Liverpool can play a lot better. The one thing is that we know is I'm not sure Celtic can play better than this. Well, if you look at both of that sort of scenario, it's an interesting one. Who would you sort of judge to potentially go through? I'd probably say on the basis of it at the moment that my money might just be on Celtic to get a good enough result at Anfield. But I do think the result's naturally going to force Liverpool to come on the front foot. Maybe that suits this side a bit more. Well, Liverpool's disastrous form in April last year essentially cost them the championship, but from what you see here at the moment, was there elements of that, or was there elements of recovery? I just think it's a little bit of inconsistency for some of these players. You know, big European night, big moments, and I think 2 or 3 of those players out there in a red shirt froze under the occasion, and maybe they aren't quite good enough to continue going with the club. But it's disappointing, but there's a thing in European football, certainly is the case. And Trevor, we got to talk about the big point, Burley's chance when he was through to make it 3. If it's 3-0, is it all over? I think so. I mean, they did it a few years ago, Liverpool, didn't they, against Auxerre? Lost 2-0, won 3-0 at home. They'll be hoping for something like that, to be fair. It's a mammoth task, but it's the sort of task I think Liverpool know that have done before. Some of these players on the pitch have done before, and certainly you can learn from it. Well, you can see that with us in 2 weeks' time. Liverpool versus Celtic from Anfield here in the UEFA Cup, live and exclusives with a 7:30 BBC One. So in the end, it was a Swede that stole the headlines. Henrik Larsson's double sinks Liverpool. It's all to play for in Anfield, but it's a brilliant night here for Scotland. From all of us, bye-bye. Thank you for watching here this match on Trevor Sports. If you've liked it, please don't be afraid to like, share and subscribe to the channel. And if you do fancy it, head on over to Ko-fi. The link is in the description. Buy me a coffee for all the hard work. Further on that, make sure you enjoy more games coming up.